This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Chelsea. Chelsea is a champion surfer, so she's accustomed to moving super fast, which is why she relies on super fast broadband brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her family sharing and surfing and saving each month. Combined, she bundles her Flow mobile, home phone, and TV services, so she can enjoy much more for much less, and so can you. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Friday, April the 8th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top story, this island's leading beverage maker is reporting that its business has suffered a definite hit as a result of government's 10% tax on sweetened beverages imposed last August 1st. Without giving the actual figures, Sophia Cambridge, the corporate communications spokeswoman for Banks Holdings Limited, told Barbados Today soft drink sales were definitely down following implementation of the measure. The two leading distributors, SMJ Beverages Barbados Inc. and Massey Distribution, said they were yet to fully assess the impact of the levy, which was projected to generate in excess of $10 million for the government in year one. But at the end of the first 6 months, only $2 million of that amount had actually been collected by the Treasury. Christchurch West MP Dr. Maria Eargard has already been kicked out of the opposition Barbados Labour Party, and if that is not enough injury, lawmakers for the Mia Motley-led opposition yesterday sought to get the High Court to side with them by striking out her case once and for all. However, after 5 hours of hearing, the matter was adjourned pending the ruling of the judge. In making the application yesterday, the BLP's team of attorneys, including Queen's Counsel Elliot Motley, Leslie Haynes, and Roger Ford, argued that Dr. Agar's case was incorrectly lodged with the court in the first place. A former Barbados diplomat has verbally dumped the controversial Cahill waste-to-energy project for Vaucluse in St. Thomas, describing the proposed project as an hideously expensive venture. He's recommended it should be scrapped altogether. The government official, who didn't want to be identified because of the sensitive nature of the issue, said the future of the contentious plant was hanging in the air. In fact, he revealed that if there were to be a plasma gasification plant in Barbados, Cahill Energy will not be involved. But Peter Lowry, who launched a community recycling program, is objecting to the planned gasification plant, arguing that it was an expensive waste management method that the country could ill afford. The Chief Executive Officer of the organization representing locally registered international businesses anticipates that Barbados and other offshore jurisdictions will be subjected to more pressure and blacklisting, naming and shaming as part of the fallout from the Panama Papers leak. Executive Director of the Barbados International Business Association, Henderson Holmes, says Barbados does not have a reputation for secrecy and was perceived as a well-regulated jurisdiction that insists on transparency. However, he is concerned that it would still be tarred with the same brush as other jurisdictions. Holmes' comments were made as more information came to light through the Panama Papers about how the secrecy, which obtains in some offshore domiciles, allows tax dodging, money laundering, and other illegal activities. In sports now, England's all-rounder Ben Stokes says he felt as if the whole world had come down on him after conceding 4 sixes in the last over of the World 2020 final. West Indies needed 19 to win, and Stokes' first 4 balls were all smashed over the boundary by Carlos Brathwaite. "I thought, I've just lost the World Cup," Stokes told the Daily Telegraph. "I couldn't believe it. It was just complete devastation." But the 24-year-old Durham player believes the setback will make him a better player in the long term.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
The 50th anniversary of Independent Secretariat and the National Cultural Foundation proudly present the theatrical production From Bossa to Barrow and Beyond.
We are not slaves.
Saturday, April 16th at 6:30 p.m. at the historic Golden Grove Plantation. Come, Be a witness to history.
Aye, Nanny Greg.
Enter the ritual. Feel the power.
This country will be independent. And if I have to wake up all the sleeping angels in heaven, so be it.
From Bossa to Barrow and beyond. April 16th. Tickets $50 adults, $10 youth and children. Available at all NCF outlets and at ticketpal.com.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Turning now to news from the region. Trinidad and Tobago's health sector will be hit by industrial action next week. Public Service Association President Watson Duke is giving the government until Monday to ensure all workers attached to the health division receive their outstanding salaries. Now, Duke warns that if the deadline passes without a resolution, the employees will not be working.
No pay, no work. And so by Monday, we will be looking to take out fresh summons against the Health and Social Services Secretary, the administrator, and anybody who's involved in.
A number of workers attached to the division have not been paid since February. Workers were promised their salaries today.
Meanwhile, staff at St. Lucia's main penal institution, the Bordelais Correctional Facility, have put the Home Affairs Ministry on notice of imminent strike action if their vexing issues are not resolved. They claim they are disgruntled and are seeking redress.
Sergeant of Corrections and Vice President of the Correctional Welfare Association at the Bordelais Correctional Facility, Clinton Edwards, says the membership is at their wits' end over what they regard as, quote, vexing issues arresting morale at the institution. The Correctional Welfare Association complains that employees are at the mercy of a supposed dysfunctional transportation system.
We have an agreement with our employer to provide us with adequate transportation to and from our place of work. Presently, we have some buses. We have at least 4 buses, and the conditions are deplorable.
And finally, on the international scene, U.S. Defense Secretary Ashton Carter says Europe needs to accelerate its anti-terrorism efforts. His call comes on the heels of yesterday's announcement by the Pentagon that 2 European foreign fighters were killed on the same day in recent American airstrikes aimed at taking out ISIS and Al-Qaeda, who are planning external attacks against the West.
It's not enough that we defeat them in Iraq and Syria. What Brussels tells us is that they have sympathizers, people who are Belgians or French, who live there already, and therefore an important part of the fight is also going to be a homeland security and intelligence and a law enforcement fight. Now, that's not what the Department of Defense does, but that's important as well. The other thing I think that the Brussels event is going to further signify to Europeans is that they, as we have been accelerating our campaign to defeat ISIL in Syria and Iraq and elsewhere, they need to accelerate their efforts and join us.
That's news and sports. However, you can join us again this afternoon for more. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into channel 99 on Flow TV and to Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.